Hey, welcome to Soul Hugs with Suzi. The purpose of this podcast is to bring together widowers, people who are healing from environmental toxins like mold and Lyme and heavy metals and things of that nature, women over 50 who are trying to figure out who they are now because God knows it's a struggle. Um, and biohackers. You see, 2 years ago to this day, I lost my husband of 33 years. And when you lose your person of that long, it's a complete and utter identity shift. You don't know who you are. You don't know which way is up. And quite frankly, a lot of times you don't even want to be here anymore. And you just put one foot in front of the other and you try to keep going, knowing that some days are going to be hell on earth. And some days you're going to wake up and you're going to hear the birds singing and you're going to think, I can do this. And you can. You can do this. So, our story started when I was 17, now 35 years ago. And since he's died, I've done a lot of soul searching. Who am I now? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that one out. And what do I want for you? I want you to find that uncontrollable love that I had with my husband that I found when I was 17. I want you to be giddy and excited to be alive. I want you to play out in the sun and out in nature. And I want you to just be grateful to be here. My husband took care of me in bed for a long 10 to 12 years. I was partially bedbound due to a pituitary tumor, due to two brain surgeries. The second one was crazy cruel. It's a gamma knife. It shot a whole bunch of radiation to my brain, messed up my pineal gland. Am I saying that right? I don't know. I also had trigeminal neuralgia, which was electric shocks to my face. Never knew when they were coming, what would trigger it. Now I do. I'll get to that later. I also had a severe concussion that landed me in the hospital for 5 days. I remember waking up from that concussion because for 3 days I was stuck in myself and I couldn't come out. And waking up and seeing him, his eyes light up to see that I was coming back. I want you to have that love. So, how did I come out of all this? How am I sitting here talking to you today? In 2022, July of 2022, I found the carnivore diet and I thought, why not? I've tried everything else. We even spent $5,000 on a crazy chiropractor who was really, who he almost had it. It was keto. It was really, really close for us. But I needed carnivore. I needed something extreme because my toxic load was so high. I couldn't process plants. I couldn't process fruit, nuts, seeds, seed oils. We all heard the bad things about them. Food dyes. I couldn't do any of that. So when I went strictly to meat, eggs, butter, and I even had dairy back then, um, it reduced my toxic load and it took away my extreme anger. I would get angry and I didn't know why. I had depression so low. I remember emailing him going, I don't understand why I feel this way. I have all these wonderful things to look forward to. And he emailed back and he'd say, Xanax? Yeah, because Xanax cuts you off. I was also on Percocet because the trigeminal neuralgia was crazy, cruel, like I said. So when I took all of the poison out of my diet, all the processed foods, I had energy and I was excited to be alive. And God, I was in love with my husband. And I asked him, do you feel this? Do you feel this? And he said, it's been here all along. I thought it was him who wasn't in touch with his feelings. He was a mechanical engineer. Um, and it was me. I was, like I said, so angry and full of anxiety and depression. And once I started eating, like some people call it proper human diet, once I took everything out, I had a sense I was peaceful. I was calm. I didn't have ruminating thoughts. They all went away. So our relationship went through the roof. It was like we were teenagers again. And excuse my language, but we were fucking like rabbits. It was amazing. And like I said, I want y'all to have that. I want you to be excited to be alive and to experience that love. And one night he came to me and he said, I'm not feeling well. So I wish that we had gone to the ER sooner. Every fiber in my being. Are there a lot of things I wish I could have done differently? Fuck yes. Do I know that he's looking out for me all the time? 100%. In fact, he named this podcast, he sent the podcast name to me, Soul Hug. He was a soul hugger. He gave those tight, incredible hugs that made you feel loved. That was him. So, what have I done for the last 2 years to stay afloat? We'll talk about that next time. I'll share all my therapies with you, everything that made me feel wonderful and able to breathe and able to put one foot in front of the other. If you can, if you have time, please share this with a friend who might need it, who might be going through something similar. Until then, love yourselves hard, because if you don't love yourselves first, it's hard to love others. Give yourself grace always, because we're only human, and play out in the sun as much as you can. Okay. Love you. Have a great time, and see you next time.